What's up, baller?
What's up, Grant? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Excellent, man. I'm fired up that I get to witness this 49ers Cowboys rivalry firsthand because I mean, you were young. I was 4 years old last time these two
Yeah,
teams matched up in the
yeah,
playoffs. But hey,
yeah.
Grant, have you heard this rap that came out by Locksmith? It's a 49ers rap.
No, no.
What or have you heard of the front line? Bay
Yes, of
Area
course.
rap duo.
Frontline.
So yeah,
The
back
move
in
like
like
20 years
'06.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, '06. That's who I was bumping. But
Wasn't
Locksmith, who's
EA
part of
Ski making their beats? Am I tripping? What was their
yeah,
song?
no. Yeah.
I forget.
Bang it. What is it?
Oh, when they play
Yeah,
my song in the club, they bang
they
it. Yeah, I
bang
remember
it.
that. Remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so Locksmith, who's part of that, who's part of Frontline, just came out with a 49ers rap. Fire. You
Nice.
gotta listen to it. Yeah. I ain't
All
heard
right, I'll
from
check
him
it
in a
out.
decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, E Kim was touching on some keys. I got 5 keys to the game as well. And our first our first key was very similar. Korean 49ers said no turnovers for Jimmy G. I'm saying one or less,
Okay.
right? One or less, I think the Niners win. All right, so take care of the ball, Jimmy. The second key, Grant, early on in the year, this pass defense was giving up a ton of yards, pass interference, right? The deep balls, the DBs were getting flagged for PI constantly, right?
Mhm.
Seems like we've cleaned that up the second half of the year. Not as many pass interferences, but it's like there's like a new hole in the defense, in the zone. Where do you think? I'll ask you. Where do you think the hole in the defense has been the last 3 or 4 weeks?
I don't think they've had one. Their
No,
defense
you're
is
right. No, the
I
defense
think
has
it's been
played
pretty
well.
solid. I mean,
Yeah,
when they've had injuries in the secondary, they've given up some big plays. But like when Tart went down, they gave up some big plays against Cooper Kupp. But really, right now, their defense is incredibly solid. Like their front seven is so good right now. It's making everything really good.
no, it is. It is. But the one spot that I've been seeing where receivers and tight ends have been beating us is over that deep middle part of the field. Like usually
Yeah,
where Fred Warner locks it down. I
yeah,
remember
like
T.
in zone
Higgins was
coverage when
carving
it's
us up
zone.
on those posts,
Those
but
guys are
in the
covering
zone,
grass, right? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's been the
yeah,
hole. So we got to lock that down. All
yeah.
right. We can't be
I'm with
getting
you on that.
carved up over the middle. Fred Warner needs to be aware. Like he's really good in zone, but he needs to take it to another level. It's playoff season. All right. So that's key number two. And the third one is the pass rush, right? Armstead started out the year slow, but he's really turned it on these last couple weeks. So we need Armstead to just to keep performing and balling out like he has been. And my boy Arden Key, and yes, our gentleman's bet. You know I nailed that. I appreciate the shout out. I heard you shout me out
That was
on
the
After
best
Dark.
offseason call of any of the offseason calls from anyone. That was great, dude. Arden Key, Eric, Barry
Hey,
Baller 18.
hey, I appreciate it. So Key, and then I got a guy who hasn't had a sack all year, but I think he's going to make a play tomorrow, and that's Kevin Gibbons. His
I
snap
like him.
count's been low. His snap count's been dipping a little bit, but I like Gibbons to make a play, whether it's a sack or just a big play tomorrow. And key number four is the right side of the O line. I know PFF loves Tom Compton, but I still see this guy giving up 2 or 3 instant pressures every game. So one of those could be game changers, whether it's a sack fumble and or Brunskill. So I'm looking at that right side of the O line, and I want them to hold up. But the last key I got for you, Grant, is the run game. All right. I went back and I was looking at some game logs and I took out the games where Trey Lance played heavily, right? The 2 starts and then the half against the Seahawks. I took those games out because when Trey plays, the run game changes drastically, right?
Mhm.
So the sample size was 14 games without Trey playing a bunch, and the Niners were 9-4. Okay, in the 9 wins, the 49ers averaged 147 yards rushing. All right. In the 5 losses, the Niners averaged 74 yards rushing. So that tells you right there. I mean, that's almost double. We're averaging double the amount of rushing yards in the
Mhm.
wins as opposed to the losses. So we got to get at least like 110, 120 on the ground.
Right. Which means that we gotta play Jimmy Garoppolo for this game because he's the key. You got to. I mean, the way he hands off and motivates the running backs to run for 140 a game, it's just I'm sorry. I couldn't. It was just you teed it up. You got any more?
Hey, no, that's all
All
I
right, man.
got for you, Grant. Hey, I appreciate you taking my
Of
call.
course.
Go Niners. Hey, I've been trying to find my niche on YouTube, and what I've been doing, I've been cutting up every throw from Trey Lance or Jimmy G, whoever's been starting at quarterback. I chop it up, call me Chef Baller, and I put it on my YouTube, Bay Area Baller 18. If anyone wants to see that, I just talked to a Cowboys fan for an hour, Payday Trey, and we were going back and forth. So if anyone checks it out, wants to check it out, it's on there.
Make sure
But
you
Grant,
subscribe to
hey,
that. I subscribe to it. Thank you, Barry Baller.
all right,
All
Grant,
right, man.
catch you next time.